Cheers. Welcome. This is a bonus tarot oracle reading for the full moon lunar eclipse on August the 28th. And you, Sagittarius, are the star of this astrological insight. The underlying energy for this reading is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is representing communication, information coming in regarding something to do with business, probably your career, something to do with your lifestyle. The Page of Pentacles, this information quite often can be talking about having this communication coming in regarding something that possibly went as far back as when you were in elementary school, in high school, or even maybe just starting out in college or university, or perhaps you mentored under someone or apprenticed under someone when you first stepped into the workforce. This could be communication from around that time, or it could be people that you knew back then, or it could be about people that you knew back then. Also, this is because when the pages would work for the king and the queen around 7 to 14. And this sounds really young, but they had, back then, the life expectancy was half of what it is now. So the energy, like they would work for the king and queen and deliver communication, information between the palace walls. And when they became older, if they were able to afford a horse, they might even be considered for knighthood. So this sometimes can give you an idea of when or what this communication is about. It has to do, the pentacle energy is about health, wealth, and happiness in the third dimensional world. And it's also talking, about a big part of that being money. But you could have all the money in the world and still not have the lifestyle that you want to live. So this goes further than that. So there's some sort of information that could go back to that time, or it could even be someone or that coming in from someone that you knew 7 years ago, 14 years ago, 21 years ago. That might give you some idea of what this information is about. And it's going to change your world when you get this information. This is talking about being on a cycle, and the world card, when it shows up, it's card 21 in the major arcana. And it's talking about the fool starts his journey at the 0 point. And when he gets to this card, whenever it shows up, saying, okay, you've been successful in learning everything that you've learned up to this point, and it's time to start a brand new cycle. So this energy is going to be bringing in it's important information coming in that could change your world, literally. Now, at the top here of the spread, I have the energy, the cards are representing the energy of the full moon. The full moon that's coming up on August 28th is in the sign of Pisces. This is a very emotional full moon. You may have noticed it already, because generally we'll feel the effects of the full moon about 3 days before and after. And on top of that, this is an eclipse. Now, and it looks like something's gone, something in your romantic life has happened. Now, it's interesting because the eclipse on August 12th, we're in between an eclipse on August 12th and August 28th. And the eclipse on August 12th was in the sign of Leo. And it really had to do a lot with your individual needs and also love relationships. And look at what we have here. This information, this energy, you may have been noticing you're really emotional, like on a roller coaster, because we're in between that eclipse and the one that occurs in Pisces on the 28th. And Pisces is like a water sign, and it's super emotional. So there's something going on for sure for some of you in disappointment here in love life. Now, this is the Three of Swords. The sword energy is talking about the element of air. It's talking about the swords represent your mental discipline and intelligence. And it's talking about some sort of energy of, heartbreaking. Like this person has 3 swords in their heart. When you look again, though, you think, well, that heart is actually very big in context to the size of the swords, but it's talking about this is something that is recoverable from, like the energy we have, like this cup following, and we have this sword in the middle. It can sometimes represent third-party energy dividing a couple. And we have 3 cups of love here representing sometimes romantic love and sometimes, you know, it doesn't have to be, but there could have been, you might be going through some sort of heartbreak at this time regarding a romantic situation. It's pretty loud right here. Now this is talking about, you know, the Pisces moon is super sensitive. So just be aware that the energy about this eclipse coming up with the Pisces moon and then Virgo opposing it from the sun is about relationships, the flaws in relationships, whether that be romantic or in your, you know, with anyone, your family or anything like that, anything you love, basically, relationships being shown the flaws in them. And so whatever this is happening, it is going to change your world, but not necessarily in a negative way. This is just highlighting something that's been happening in your relationships that is flawed and that it needs to be resolved. Now this card here can be talking about harsh words being spoken, gossip, slander. It can even represent perjury in court. This can represent you know, as I said, a division from a third-party energy with a couple. It can also represent someone who's afraid to speak their truth. Their heart is in their throat, and the energy can be about needing to make a heartbreaking decision that you don't want to have to make regarding people you love. So wow, this is pretty intense energy, and you probably are really feeling it right now with being in between these 2 eclipses, and this Pisces moon is highly, highly emotional. At the same time, it's also very, very intuitive, which might be the reason why your intuition may have been telling you, hey, something is going on here and I need to look into it, and you have. And then you find out what has been going on. Now this here is a celebration. These people are toasting each other. But if this is like, the cups are about love, and if this is about romantic love, why are there 3 cups instead of 2? And quite often this can represent the third-party energy celebrating because the couple broke up. So, and this can represent that gossip and slander and all of that energy, harsh words being spoken, all of that. So in this energy, the 3 cups like this, they are toasting and they are celebrating something, but it's not each other. This is not being intimate. This is talking about them. They're celebrating something that happened, an event that happened, or they're celebrating maybe this even, that they have succeeded in taking, like how some people feel that people are possessions, that they've taken your lover from you, and which is not true. Your lover, if he engaged in this or she engaged in this energy, they're an adult and they can make their choices, right? But this is, in many cultures, if you toast like this, they'll freak out on you because they have a superstition. It's particularly strong in Europe that if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, it causes 7 years of bad luck in your love life. And so you wouldn't want to be toasting like this. And I'm not saying that's what caused it, but this is, you know, like people in Europe will be like, hey, look me in the eye when you toast them, because they don't want that bad luck. Not because it's not just for you, it also affects them. So there's some sort of energy here. Now this, if it's not about romantic love, this could be a family members, or it could be friends, peer groups, whatever this is. We'll keep going and see what this, so this, the moon energy has a lot of hidden illusions and secrets coming out. And so this is saying that this could go way back to when you were in elementary school, high school, and you know, starting out in the workforce. Something is going on. Now let's see, the opposing energy from the full moon is the energy of the sun, and the sun is in Virgo right now, and so Virgo is across the zodiac right from across from the Pisces energy. So let's see what Virgo has to say about this. Look at this. Virgo is saying there's a new cup of love coming in, or there's some message about love. I just want to double check. I apologize. I have a little cat on my lap here. I just wanted to make sure that you can see this all the way. I'm just going to move it up a little bit. I know you can, but it'll be a little bit better like this. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups coming in with communication, information about love. This is the Knight in shining armor coming in to rescue the damsel in distress kind of energy. Usually when the cup of love comes in from the Knight of Cups, it's a solid offer. So now I'm not quite sure here if this is saying that there's a new cup of love coming in for you after this happened, and some information about some pentacles. So this relationship was in a whole different world, and now you're in a new world, and maybe the information is finally coming in about what happened there, and you also have new love coming in. Now, the Virgo energy opposing, this is the sun shining light on any hidden illusions and secrets from this moon. And the Virgo energy is very analytical, so I feel like this is an energy of looking into things. And someone, now if this isn't like romantic love, this could be someone that loves you a lot, has looked into this, or you have looked into it. There's something going on here. Let's see. This has caused you a lot of burdens, and this is talking about, the Ten of Wands is talking. You can see this person is really laden down. You know, the energy is heavy, having a heavy heart, that type of energy. And, you know, this is saying this is the actions that we take that create the harvest for the cycle. And this is like 10 wands are the ultimate amount in tarot. They represent the element of fire. And the wands are made of wood because wood fuels fire. So this is talking about actions, passionate actions that have been taken to cause this burdensome or heavy energy. Now this is, if you've ever heard the saying, can't see the forest for the trees, this could just be generally talking what happened in your love life, and that's why you're in a different cycle now. But the information is coming in about what went on. Or this could be new love coming in after this. We'll have to keep going and see if we can figure that out. But this card is talking, you know, if you can't see the forest for the trees, it's because you're so enmeshed in the details of your life, so busy working and you know, just doing life, that you didn't really notice what was going on, but then boom, it hits. And this is talking about, if this is about your business, if you have a business or your career, this is talking about the energy of, you know, your harvest, and you're bringing your harvest in, and it's very heavy here. Now, hopefully this harvest is heavy because it's laden with the fruits of your labor. But I feel there's at least 2, maybe 3, 4, at least 3 burdens that you could probably put down in the field right there, so that you would have more energy to get your harvest home. And it's really important when you're moving into a new cycle that you put down the burdens from the old one. So if you're carrying any burdens from the actions of others, this is the time to put them down. It's saying put them down now, don't wait. You know, like it's like emergency. It's something you need to do. I feel like it's really, you really want to make sure that you're not carrying those burdens. And you could just lay them out in the field there, and then there's at least 3. And there might be more, but then the rest maybe is just your harvest, and you can bring it back to your castle here and sort through it and then figure out where to go from there. The energy is, you know, like he's so much closer to where to home than it looks like. He's like 10 minutes away. And so this is also saying, if you are feeling really weighed down right now, then you need to find other ways, like delegate responsibilities. First and foremost, lay down those burdens. But then after that, when you get home and you sort through that harvest, you analytically study it. so that you can see, okay, how can I improve my lifestyle from this point on? Like, what can I let go of? What should I keep? Can I delegate responsibility so that I'm not so burdened down and I have time to see what's going on in front of me? And then we have, yeah, because I feel that you've been really working on a project or some sort of something in your life. And you were like, it's almost like you were working so hard on it. You were so focused on this. And all you got out of this, out of it is this, and you can't figure out why. And I feel like it has to do with this energy up here. And so while you were so focused on, and you know, you were investing your time, your money, your energy into something, and this sometimes can represent a relationship, you only got one pentacle out of it after putting 6 pentacles of energy into it. And this person is standing here saying, how is this even possible that I could put all this time, money, energy into this project, person, whatever this is, and only get 1 pentacle out of it? This is someone who's used to being successful. And so this is, you know, there's only 10 pentacles in tarot, and this is 7. So this would be like around, you know, 700K kind of energy. It's not a small amount of money in time and energy. So he's wondering, like, what's been going on, and what's been going on behind his back is something to do with this. So this is this energy of this eclipse is shedding light, shining light on what has been going on. It changes your world for the better, because it may be really hard to face it, but wow, you're going to be so much better off when you realize, when you have the truth. Now this energy is talking about, you know, putting all this into it, and I feel that this 1 pentacle here is there's a lot of information about why there's only 1 pentacle when you should have received much more from your efforts. And this information comes in, and I feel like it could go way back. In some cases, like this could be about family. It could be, you could have been married very young as well. You know, or you know, something to do with further back. And this energy is saying this 1 pentacle here goes way back, and once you know, it's going to totally change your world when you know, understand what's happened. And then we have carrying the burdens of other people, at least 3 other people here, and finding out what they've been doing behind your back and causing this kind of energy. And now that you found out, it's kind of like, this is saying like there needs to be some healing energy in your heart here. This could be, you could forgive people and never ever speak to them again. Just because you forgive someone doesn't mean you want to hang out with them anymore. I mean, this is real heavy energy here. And this is someone who's afraid to speak their truth. And I feel like you're not afraid to speak your truth anymore, because maybe you had suspicions and you weren't listening to your intuition. And now you're like, oh my goodness, you're finding out. Like it was, I'm getting, there was a lot going on behind your back. And you were busy working to, and the very people that I get this feeling that the money that's missing was being used behind your back to cause you to not have as much money. Now we have this knight in shining armor coming in. So knights in shining armor usually offer a solid cup of love, and then they protect you. And so this could be a new lover coming in that has been watching what's been going on. And maybe this is someone from your past, and they're saying, hey, I heard rumors, because this can definitely be rumor energy, gossip in that. And it's not uncommon for these 3 to come out when the moon is a full moon. They like to dance at night around the moon and cause gossip, slander, problems for people. Sometimes that's what this card represents. If it's not a third-party energy, it's the reason why this 1 pentacle is only 1. And, well, not the full reason, but part of it. And this is saying that this person comes in with the information about what happened here, and it has to do with this energy here. So people may have been slandering your reputation and that type of energy. I'm going to clarify to see what's going on here, because this is, you might be like, no, I know exactly what's going on here, Colette, and I wish I didn't. I'm sure, you know, but you actually getting the truth is so important at this point, and especially in this eclipse season. And it's interesting because this eclipse is all about showing the flaws in relationships, and then having like shift happen that goes in your favor after that. Like once you know the truth, it might be hard to hear, and you might have to make a heartbreaking decision, but at least you have the truth. So you can make strong decisions for your future moving forward. And the eclipse season, you know, it lasts about 6 months. So, you know, we are like on the 28th, and we're on the 25th now. So, or is it the 26th? What day is it? It's Tuesday, oh, I'm looking at September. Yeah, it's the 25th. So we're feeling this energy now. Like, and I think a lot of us have been feeling it ever since August 12th, being in between these two energies. But I feel that for sure, this energy is going to be, let's see what happens here, because I feel that it's going to really, really benefit you to know what's been going on. And then, so the underlying energy from my oracle, and my oracle is Tales from the Vector. It is exclusive to this channel because I've been working on this since 2007, and there's 64 paintings. I have the numbers here represent the paintings as they're listed in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. But I don't, as of yet, have this deck out in deck form as a physical deck. Now, I will put the numbers as they appear here if you want to see the what the cards look like, and it might give you further clarity. So this is saying that you've been in this energy of temperance, and temperance is when you're on your destined path, you're calm, you're doing, like you're busy working, and you're devoted to getting this project done, and devoted to, it feels like it's something that you really care about, something that you love to do or be. And everything that you've poured into this has only added up to this one pentacle. And this is how you learn what was really going on. You might be in an energy, because this card here is saying, don't quit now. You're closer to your goal than you realize. You may be thinking, I may as well just give up because I'm not getting anywhere with this. It's just, you know, like you're just feeling really down about the whole thing. So don't, number one, do not quit. Keep going on your path. The information about what has happened is going to come in. And I have a feeling that when this information comes in, the sadness and the grief that you're feeling is more about feeling like what you really love to do is not working, and you're really sad about it. And when you get this information, as sad as you should possibly be about this, you're going to be relieved, because you're going to be, oh, at least it's not this. That's the energy I'm picking up. So let's see what's going on. We have the Hermit. You may have been really feeling this energy coming in, and you've been isolating yourself possibly. The Hermit is talking about when you go through a dark night of the soul. I feel like you knew something was going on, but you just finally faced it. You know, there could have been a tower. There's been a lot of towers during this in-between phase of August 12th and August 28th with this eclipse energy. And the eclipse energy is like, you know, potpourri percolating on the back burner of your stove. You smell it and you remember, oh, okay, it's there, I better check it. But you don't really, it's not like number one on your priority list. And so the eclipse energy 6 months from now is when it kind of peters out, and that's when you really see the full effect of this energy. But I feel like you're feeling it in the early stages here, because we've got the safe travels of the, is talking about going to the top of the mountain because you know something, like you've been through a dark night of the soul. And the dark night of the soul is when your very foundation has been shaken and you don't know what to do. It's exactly this energy here. Now, the Hermit climbs the mountain, gets to the top, and when his lantern is full of the light of the North Star, which is representing his destined path, which is this temperance energy, then he comes down from the mountain, and then he takes action after asking God for help. Now, that's when your world changes, and look what's going to happen. We have the Taurus energy coming out. So Taurus energy is talking about, and so the second sign in the zodiac, and it's about learning, sometimes the hard way, about you know, the give and take in life. And so this energy is, I feel that what's happened is you've been carrying burdens for other people, trying to clean up other people's mistakes. Their actions have had a huge effect on your life. And then while you were busy doing that, they were busy behind your back using the very energy and effort that you've put in to empower them to disempower you. That sucks. And so this is, this is sitting right on this heartbreak. So I feel this could be business, you know, peers. This could be, you know, something to do with family. It could go all the way back to when you were young. It could be with people that you've worked with in the past, you know, that you really, that you considered your peers, like that you were really working with, you know, and enjoying and feeling like everybody was, you know, working together. And now you find out that the whole time that they've been behind your back, the gossip and slander and that, to stop you from being able to achieve what you were working so hard to achieve. So this energy, when horoscope signs come in, I just want to point out, I'm not talking about individual people, but you might find in your reading that this is, no, they call it, this is, there is, I know exactly who you mean. And so that energy, what you just recognize that I'm not pointing people out here. I'm trying to learn from the energy. And so I'm talking about the energy of the sign and the astrological effects from it. And part of this energy is, I feel, the wounded warrior, which represents an energy like this, like where you're on your destined path and, you know, you're working really hard, and but the wounded warrior has a lot of difficulties, and it's Chiron energy, and Chiron on August 3rd moved retrograde into Taurus, and I feel like this energy is talking about you need to look after your own needs now, like it's really important, and you might be going through some sort of healing, like this may have caused you physical challenges as well. So then we have foolish. These people are very foolish. I feel that they were like loud and proud about what they were doing, and they had expectations that they would not get caught, that there's, you know, that there was enough of them working together that there's no way that you could overcome this, that they had it in the bag, that kind of energy. So let's see what else is going on. Whenever you, in my oracle, you have, remember I said that your world changes when a cycle ends, and these people in my oracle, there's a foolhardy journey when you're on your level, you know, you're devoted to your destined path, and then there's this foolish energy of being on a foolish journey, and it's saying they were on a very foolish journey here. And then we have, let's see now, the energy of the sun shining light on this. This is more the sensitivity, the, oh my, you know, like the energy of people that you really cared about and being sabotaged by them and finding, wow, look what's going on. This is taking analytical control here. And we have a superstar, Harmony, coming in. You might actually have someone that has been watching this from the back and just been watching what's been going on, and they're like, okay, now that you know, and you know that this energy is talking about being able to speak your truth to someone about what happened, and them being able to come in and say, okay, I'm here for you, and we're going to look into this, and we're going to, and that's when this energy comes in. So this definitely could be a romantic partner coming in, because that's that Leo energy. So just take a deep breath and chill out a little bit and recognize, do not do impulsive actions right now, because it's very volatile, the energy right now. You may have noticed that. And so, but I do feel that this is saying that this is someone that's going to come in. Now, if it's not a love interest, like romantic, it is someone, and it might even be someone that you know from back then, or from 7 years ago, 14 years ago, 21 years ago. This energy is coming in to rescue you, you know, the damsel in distress energy, and to empower you to speak your truth and get through this energy here. Wow. And then we have father figures coming in. So this is about turning princes into frogs. So this energy can be talking, you might be a father. This could go back all the way back to something that happened with your father. Doesn't necessarily mean your father was involved, but something about your father. And this can also be talking about, you know, a significant other being involved in this energy. And this could even be the father of your children, or it could be representing people that you've looked up to as father figures. Like this definitely can represent uncles that you look up to and you go to advice for or to. And then it could be about brothers, male cousins, that sort of energy. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune is now turning in your favor. This is you showing up for yourself. This is Sagittarius energy. I feel like everything that has happened here is going to be returned because we have a whole new world. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying that you're going to, everything that you lost from this is going to be returned to you 100-fold. It's going to be, and whatever they've gone through, they're going to have to pay the consequences for it at this time. The energy just totally shifted here. And so this is, the opposing moon is the Virgo, or the sun is in Virgo, and the Virgo energy is very analytical. It's analytical critique, going through it step by step to find out exactly what these people did. And I feel like they were very foolish, and they've left a huge digital imprint on what they've done here. And so take a deep breath. This isn't going to be, but I feel like you've already been through the worst of it. I really do. I feel like this is just like now, everything, when the Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's the past, the present, and the future sinking into the now. And all of a sudden, things start turning in your favor. All right, Sagittarius, I do hope that you have benefited from this. Thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I truly appreciate them, and I will be back with another reading for you soon. Bye for now.